Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nope, it's number one, and Cam is his name. Super Cam! Boy, how quick they forget. Fans can be very fickle, so I shouldn't be surprised, but yet I still am. A wise man once told me, these fans ain't loyal, so I should expect them to ride with Kyle Allen because he's hot and Cam's hurt, so he's not. But it just doesn't make a ton of sense to me, man. It's amazing how many people want to move on from Cam Newton, want to push this man out of the door as if he hasn't lifted this franchise to new heights, put this franchise on the map. But they want him gone. And they want Kyle Allen to be the guy moving forward. Sounds real funny to me. However, hold on, let me say this. If I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to you, okay? But the organization, I hold them to a much higher standard because they should know better. They should know how hard it is to find one of these guys. There aren't many of them out there. These guys we call franchise QBs. They don't just grow on trees. You understand? So I expect them to know that this isn't a decision that they need to make willy-nilly. And I get it. You got $21 million, man, on the books next season. All right. 19 of it can be freed up if you tell this man to hit the bricks and hand him his pink slip on the way out. But I wouldn't do that if I were you. As a fan of an organization and a team that has been in the franchise QB wilderness for well over 2 decades, probably more so 3, I'm going to tell you right now, it's so hard to find one of these guys. I would not move on from one Cameron Newton, but I don't know what the organization is going to do. They haven't sounded the most supportive throughout this whole stretch. I know Ron Rivera is a very loyal guy, but I don't know if this organization as a whole still believes in one Cameron Newton. I know the fan base, a lot of those fans out there have already jumped ship. And I'm going to say it like this. On behalf of my man Cameron Newton, Panthers fans, and the organization, your man Louie T, I'm pulling your card. How quick they forget about 21 unanswered on the road at Philly in 2018 en route to a 6-2 start. When that man right, he right. Or what about outdueling Tom Brady in Foxborough, or late game heroics versus Stafford and the Lions in back-to-back weeks en route to 11-5 in a playoff berth in 2017? Gato negro numero uno. Yeah, don't keep pounding. Just keep track of what I'm saying. It was only 4 years ago that Cam led a really big team looking for really big rings, dabbing to an NFL best 15-1 mark, league MVP, and by the way, a trip to Super Bowl 50. Nah, they ain't win, but he was the reason they was there though. Let me ask you something, Panthers fans and the organization. You remember where this organization was at 4 years previous to that?
With the first pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Cam Newton, quarterback, Auburn.
Yeah, fresh off that 2-14 Funk Fest under John Fox that netted you that number 1 overall pick. How quick they forget. You know what's funny is I would always tell Cowboys fans when they would try to run Tony Romo out of town, do you remember what it was like without Tony Romo? What it was like before Tony Romo? And I would run off a list of quarterbacks that they were kind of scrounging through as they tried to find the right guy to replace Troy Aikman. And they went through a number of guys before they found Tony Romo. You remember what it was like before Cam Newton? You remember what it was like with the Brian St. Pierres and the Jake Delhommes and the Matt Moores of the world? Yeah, the Jimmy Clausens. Remember those guys? Man, the Chris Winky Dinky Doos. Yeah, you went through all of those boys trying to find the guy. Yeah, you remember that? And maybe Kyle Allen is the next guy in line. Maybe he is the right guy for this team. I don't know. He could be. You know, only one way to find out, right? I wouldn't, however, be willing to make that move. And It's amazing how this franchise has become one of those teams that if they get hot, they're scary. And really the biggest reason why is Cam Newton. No one's afraid of the Kyle Allen-led Carolina Panthers. You saw what the 49ers did to those boys. All right? And look, that shit's happened to Cam before too. We all remember the Thursday night game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, but he wasn't right. And I understand that Cam isn't the most accurate guy and all of that good stuff, but when he's right, and that's the biggest caveat of it all is if he's right. And that's the one big thing we keep throwing in there, if he's right. And I think he's going to get right. I'm assuming that Cam Newton is going to get healthy. I think this season and him being out for the entire year is pretty much going to be what the doctor ordered for him. It's going to really give him a chance to do something that he hasn't really been able to do in the last 3 or 4 years, and that's heal up. His off seasons haven't been spent getting healthy. They've been just trying to get back to where he can get on the field when camp starts. Now this season, because he's pretty much missed the entire year with this Liz Frank injury, the shoulder can heal up, all of the other nagging ailments can heal up, and that foot over time is going to heal up, and he's going to be back. All right, let's not act like Cam Newton's in year 14 and he's an old curmudgeon that you're trying to push out the door. This is year 8 of Cam Newton, going into year 9 next year. All right, there's plenty of football left in this man. All right, and if you cut him loose, don't think for 1 second that a team like Chicago or a team like the Denver Broncos or one of these teams that feels like they're ready to win now won't scoop his ass up and show you how to use him. All right? Don't be so hasty to make a decision that you may regret for years upon years to come. I think that Cam Newton is one of the most dangerous weapons in the National Football League when he's healthy. All right? And you look at what the Baltimore Ravens are doing right now. You guys did that in 2015, but at a much higher level. Don't talk to me about guys like Todd Bowles saying, well, the Carolina Panthers are much harder to defend with Kyle Allen at quarterback. You know what I would be saying if I was a defensive coordinator in the NFC South? You know what I would be saying too? The Carolina Panthers are harder to stop with Kyle Allen because I want Cam Newton's ass the hell out of the goddamn division. I'd be saying that shit too. All right? Don't believe half of what you see, none of what you hear, even if it's spat by me, your man Louie T. Don't believe what those dudes talking about in the division. Damn right I would say that shit if I was him. I want Cam's ass gone too. It's hard to stop Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey. Now they starting to get all these boys going. Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore. This shit is getting real. You add number 1 in there as a runner and as a guy that can be a threat on the football field, not just throwing it, but using his legs as well. That's a hard-ass offense to stop. We saw that shit in 2015. We saw it in 2017. We know what this offense can be when Cam is healthy. And I'm assuming that he's going to get back to health. As should you. And this franchise wouldn't be anywhere near where it is without number 1. So if I'm the Carolina Panthers, yeah, $21 million, that's nothing. That's chump change in QB land, okay? Dudes is getting $30, $40 million, all right? That's where we trending towards. Guys are already getting 30. So $21 million on the books for Cam, that ain't shit. So don't talk to me about $21 million and you can save 19. The risk is worth the reward. You hold on to Cam Newton, he gets healthy, and this team, if they playing like they playing now, with Cam under center, it's a totally different animal. Again, let me reiterate, nobody is afraid of the Kyle Allen-led Carolina Panthers. Just go ask the San Francisco 49ers. Shit's gonna get real when you start playing these tough teams. The division is coming. I want to see how you handle New Orleans. I want to see how you handle Tampa Bay with Kyle Allen at quarterback. Ain't nobody afraid of him. It's nice what he's doing, especially in a backup capacity. No one expected this. That's probably why everyone's so surprised. They didn't expect this. Got a small sample size last year, and what he's doing is great, all right? I'll be the first to congratulate. I'm not looking to hate. I'm trying to congratulate. But I'm also telling you that this man is not Cam Newton, and there's plenty of good football left in Cam. Don't let the people outside brainwash you into thinking that this man can't get it done at a high level. Don't listen to all those people out there that tell you this guy's selfish and he's all about himself and he's a me guy and he's an I guy. What? They must not have watched All or Nothing. They must not have seen this guy putting his body on the line for his team. And it's amazing that we always commend and laud and praise guys when they put their bodies on the line. And the very thing that he did was put his body on the line, and now people are using it against him. Now he was being selfish. If Tom Brady went out with that same injury and played, oh my God, Tom Brady's such a warrior. Look at him gutting it out for his team. Cam Newton does it. He's selfish. He should have sat down. He's hurting his team. I'll let you guys decide that. I just know this. If number one is healthy, and I'm assuming he is going to be healthy, he gives the Carolina Panthers the best chance to win. All you Kyle Allen supporters, you go right ahead. Keep supporting Kyle Allen. And if you're a Panthers fan, you should be supporting Kyle Allen now. He's the quarterback for the remainder of this season. But when Cam Newton is healthy, he should be the guy under center for the Carolina Panthers. I hope you make the right decision. You've been warned. All right? I'd hate to see Cam Newton in a Bears uniform dicing and slicing your ass up next year. I'd hate to see it. I really would. I'd hate to see him in a Denver Broncos uniform and help the very team that you lost to in the Super Bowl win another Super Bowl. I'd hate to see it. But you could let it happen. And I'd hate to see you thinking that Kyle Allen's the guy, like Warren Moon once upon a time was the guy in Houston. They decided that Cody Carlson was the guy, so they moved on from Warren Moon, moved him to Minnesota, gave Cody Carlson the job, and only lasted in the league for a year before he got his ass roasted and toasted and sent packing. And then the Oilers were without a quarterback for many, many moons. You like what I just did there? Don't be that team. I've seen it happen before. It'll happen again. So I'm going to say it one more time. Panthers fans, organization, don't make the wrong move. But I'm your man, Louie T, and I just pulled your card.